One of the first questions I ask people when they come to me for help with their health is, how much water do you drink? Here are some of the answers. Oh, I don't like water. Another answer is not much. Another answer is, I don't drink water, or I'm visiting the little house all day. Another answer is, if I drink too much water, my legs swell. These last two answers tell me that the water is not getting inside the cell. Believe it or not, the swelling in the legs means that your kidneys are what balance the sodium and the water levels in your body. So it's an indication that the kidneys aren't very happy. So what you can do is you can increase your water intake and salt intake.
Today we will join health expert Barbara O'Neill to explore an issue many people face: swollen legs and feet. If you have noticed swelling in your legs or feet, don't worry. This condition is more common than you might think, especially as we age. Swollen legs and feet can result from various causes, ranging from simple fluid retention to underlying health issues that need attention. In this video, Barbara O'Neill will guide us through the causes of swelling, explain what it might reveal about overall health, and, most importantly, share practical steps to manage and alleviate this discomfort. Stay tuned to gain a better understanding and take the best possible care of your body.
Now, your circulatory system is what carries the blood, and it has a pump, and that's your heart. And it pumps the blood through the arterial system way down to the extremities. Well, how does it get back? Do you ever wonder that? You've got a second pump, and forgive the illustration, but here's your second pump, your calf. Your calf muscles are your second heart. It's your calf muscles that pump the blood back up to the rest of your body. Now, there is a problem that some women and some men get called varicose veins. Do you know the best cure for varicose veins is rebounding? Because when you're rebounding, that majorly stimulates your second heart, which is your calf muscle. And what happens with varicose veins is the blood's tending to sit and pool in the venous system. You see, your arteries come away from the heart, the venous system is coming back to the heart. Even just the health bounce, just even going like that is strengthening or moving your second heart, your calf muscles.
In the past, my mother struggled greatly with swollen legs. She often spent hours each day sewing, with little movement and hardly any attention to the health of her legs. I remember vividly how, on some days, she would complain that the pain in her legs was so severe she couldn't walk normally. This not only made her feel exhausted, but also worried me as I saw the optimism slowly fade from her eyes. After some research, I realized that this condition might stem from her calf muscles being too weak to pump blood back to the heart, causing fluid to accumulate in her lower limbs. I was determined to help her change her lifestyle, starting with small steps. We began doing light exercises, like walking every morning. At first, she often felt discouraged, but I encouraged her to try just a little more each day. After a few weeks, she was able to walk around the park without feeling heaviness in her legs. She was even excited to share, "Today, I walked 3 laps without stopping." In addition to walking, my mother practiced calf raises, simply standing on her tiptoes and slowly lowering her heels back down. This exercise was not only simple, but also helped improve blood circulation. In the evenings as she rested, she propped her legs up on a soft pillow to support circulation. We also adjusted her diet, reducing salt intake, adding more vegetables, and ensuring she stayed hydrated. To enhance the results, my mother wore compression socks to promote blood flow, an especially important measure for older adults. Seeing the changes in my mother, I realized that small adjustments in daily habits can make a big difference. Now she no longer experiences pain in her legs and confidently participates in daily activities without worry. Her persistence has helped her rediscover joy in life, and for me, this has been a valuable lesson about taking care of health through even the smallest actions. If you or your loved ones are experiencing similar issues, start with small changes. Light exercise, elevating your legs when resting, and paying attention to your diet. Taking care of your health doesn't have to be complicated. With patience and determination, results will come.
Varicose veins often has an inherited factor, but remember that genetics loads the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. It's an interesting study of today. It's called epigenetics, the effect of lifestyle on the cell. So if someone has inherited varicose veins, there are a few things they can do to manage it. If someone's carrying excess weight, that can certainly intensify the veins. Constipation, that excess weight on the lower legs can compound the problem. If the person with varicose veins chooses exercise, and I definitely choose you do, I would choose an exercise where you're not on your feet too much. So an exercise bike, swimming, that varicose system, your vein system, is the system that pumps the blood back up to the heart. And you have a second heart. It's your calf muscle. So you see right now I'm going up and down, just on my toes. That stimulates the calf muscle, which is the heart, or the second heart it's called, that pumps the blood in the venous system back up to the heart. Also rebounding. Even though with rebounding you're on your feet, it's a cushioning effect. And the rebounding is excellent for strengthening that venous system. Make sure you're well hydrated to keep that blood nice and thin. Make sure you're well nourished so that the cells are able to repair and heal. Taking cayenne pepper by mouth can also help, because cayenne pepper thins the blood. Cayenne pepper also opens the capillaries. Cayenne pepper strengthens the arterial and the venous walls. So that person might start with 1/4 teaspoon in a little water with each meal 3 times a day, and they could build up to 1/2 teaspoon 3 times a day. So there are some simple things that you can do to help manage varicose veins.
Swollen legs can not only cause discomfort, but may also arise from various causes, such as water retention, poor blood circulation, or inflammation. Fortunately, natural remedies and herbs can be effective in alleviating this condition. One of the most notable solutions is horse chestnut extract, a herb that has long been used to improve blood flow and reduce swelling. Horse chestnut strengthens blood vessel walls and reduces fluid leakage, thereby preventing fluid accumulation in tissues. Regular use of horse chestnut, especially when combined with a healthy lifestyle, can bring significant improvements to swollen legs. Similarly, gotu kola, also known as Centella asiatica, has been widely used in Ayurvedic medicine for centuries for its ability to support vein health and enhance blood circulation. Gotu kola improves the durability of blood vessels while preventing fluid buildup, effectively reducing swelling. You can consume gotu kola through herbal teas or dietary supplements for the best results. Additionally, dandelion is a well-known herb recognized for its natural diuretic properties, which help the body eliminate excess water by enhancing kidney function. A cup of dandelion tea daily is a simple yet effective way to manage swollen legs. Ginger also deserves mention on this list due to its anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting properties. Adding ginger to your diet, whether through ginger tea or fresh ginger in meals, can help reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and limit swelling. Notably, potatoes, a common and easily accessible food, can also act as a natural remedy to reduce tissue inflammation and soothe swollen legs. When implementing these remedies, don't forget to maintain regular physical activity, reduce salt intake, and stay hydrated, as these are essential factors for managing and sustainably improving swollen legs.
Potato, the humble potato. Now the potato is very good at reducing tissue inflammation. So this would be something like a swollen infected finger. It would be something like a swollen ankle. And sometimes you might have a swollen knee and you'll think, well, do I do potato or do I do ginger? Well, do one for a few hours, take it off and do another one for a few hours. Your body will tell you what is best, because sometimes you don't know whether it's joint or tissue inflammation. And what you do is you just grate that potato. We've got a tiny little potato, but that's usually all you need, because if you do too much, it becomes too wet, and there's nothing worse than leaking poultices. And the lady of the house will not be happy if there's potato juice on her sheets, because it's not easy to get out. In fact, our laundry lady has asked us, please don't do any more poultices at night in the health retreat, because the sheets were getting a bit stained. But you can certainly do them through the day, as long as you make sure you wrap them up really well. There shouldn't be a problem. So here is the potato poultice. And this would be a good size for a knee, say a sore knee, sprained ankle, like that. And you put it, again, you make the poultice out of it. Now, with the potato, it's very alkalizing, and when you've got inflamed tissue, it's very acid. And potato is high in potassium and phosphorus, and both of those are absorbed by the skin to help with the healing. So you can see again, I've got an area around my poultice, so that when you put it on the skin, like I did with Amelia's poultice, the plastic well covers it. A few stories about the potato poultice. I was at a friend's house here, it must have been 18 months ago, and I was seeing a lady. And when she came in, her little boy came in too. And her little boy was about 7, and he had a sore finger. And I was immediately drawn to his sore finger. His finger was swollen almost twice the size. It was all red with a pussy top. I said, "What's happened to the finger?" And the lady said, "Well, the doctor says it's cellulitis." Do you know what cellulitis is? Just inflammation of the cell. That's all cellulitis is. Well, that's obvious, that's inflammation of the cell. I said, what have you been doing? She said he's on his 2nd course of antibiotics. He's on painkillers and sleeping tablets at night. 7. I said, did anything happen to that finger? See, the detective hat has to go on. Did anything happen? Oh, he had a blister, and then he played in the dirt, and the blister broke, and the dirt got on the skin. It's not rocket science, is it? And of course, as soon as the dirt got into the blood, then the body reacts by sending white blood cells, inflaming the area to try and protect the area. I said, aha. I said, do you mind if I try something? She said, please. I said, well, what I'd like to do is get 2 cups. One cup's got hot water, the other cup has got cold water. And in the cold water, there are blocks of ice. It's a hydrotherapy treatment. So I shall write this one up. So what we did 3 minutes in the hot water, and we did 30 seconds in the cold water. And the reason this works is that hot is a stimulant. Because we know if we get into a hot shower or a hot bath when we're cold, it stimulates, doesn't it? It's a stimulant. But probably within about 5 minutes of being in a hot bath, how do we feel now? We feel like falling asleep, don't we? So initially, hot stimulates, and then it slows right down. So I put his finger in the hot water, but I'm only going to put it in for 3 minutes, because by 3 minutes, everything's going to slow down. And then I put it into the cold. What happens when you have a cold shower? Has everyone been trying their cold shower? It's a stimulant, isn't it? But if we were to go and dive in a cold creek in the middle of winter, very quickly we start to slow down. In fact, in about 30 seconds, everything starts to slow down. So can you see what we're doing here? We're using the stimulating time of hot, and by the time, before it can slow down, we whiz over to the cold and wake it up again. And before that has time to cool down, we go back to the hot, wake it up again. Can you see what we're doing here? And you do that 3 times. More than 3 times can exhaust the body, because this is dramatically moving the blood. You see, the blood is the life of the flesh, and that finger needs more blood. And that wound, in that wound, the blood had tended to sit and pool. So bringing fresh blood in drives the stagnant blood out, and when the fresh blood comes in, it's got oxygen, it's got nutrients, it's got water, it's got white blood cells, everything that finger needs to heal.
Swollen legs not only cause discomfort, but can also disrupt your daily activities. However, you can effectively improve this condition with two simple yet highly effective natural remedies. The first is using potatoes, a well-known solution with strong anti-inflammatory properties that help soothe swelling in tissues. The method is straightforward. Simply grate a potato, apply it to the swollen area, and secure it with a cloth or plastic wrap. The alkalizing effect of potatoes helps neutralize acidity in inflamed tissues, while nutrients like potassium and phosphorus are absorbed through the skin to aid in recovery. After just a few hours of applying the potato, the discomfort will significantly ease, bringing relief to your legs. Another option is hydrotherapy, a method that alternates between hot and cold water to stimulate blood circulation. Start by soaking your feet in hot water for about 3 minutes, then immediately switch to cold water for 30 seconds. Repeat this cycle 3 times. The hot water helps dilate blood vessels, bringing fresh blood and nutrients to the affected area, while the cold water constricts the vessels, reducing pain and swelling quickly. The combination of hot and cold not only soothes your legs, but also provides a sense of relaxation, as if you're rejuvenating your body's energy. These two methods can be combined for enhanced effectiveness. Begin with hydrotherapy to stimulate blood circulation, then use potatoes to calm inflammation and support the healing process. These natural solutions are not only simple, but also provide comfort, helping you confidently move forward each day.
Hydrotherapy has been used for centuries, and in the area of pain relief, there is no equal to it. And then I put a grated potato poultice on his, because he had a lot of tissue inflammation around there. And when he left, he just had a smile on his face. The mother said, "What'll I do now?" I said, "Well, you can do that every 2 hours if he has discomfort." But I think it was something like 11 o'clock in the morning. I said, maybe do it again about 2, and maybe do it again before he goes to bed. And every time you do it, put a fresh potato poultice on, because that potato is going to start drawing out the waste, and you want that thrown away. She said that when they got home, the little boy said, "Can we do that again?" Why did the little boy say that? He had experienced it. And the mother, I think we got feedback that the mother, I think it was the next day. Yeah, my friend is here. I think it was the next day, wasn't it? She said that all the stuff came out. So I did another potato poultice at about 2, another potato poultice before bed, and when she took the one off in the morning, all the stuff came out. So naturally, that potato had opened the wound. Never put a knife or a scalpel. No, let the body do it. You see, I used to work as a psychiatric nurse, and I worked in the operating theatre. Brutal. Surgery's brutal. This is not brutal. This is very gentle, but it's a very powerful way to operate. Now, if I broke an arm and my bones weren't matched, I'll be very thankful for a surgeon to reset my bone. You know, there may be a time. But, you know, there are 4 doctors that get me to go to their town and give these meetings, because they know that if everyone had this knowledge, wouldn't that cut down casualty visits in a powerful way? They're just simple things. Do you know, if you're not getting a response, go to the doctor. But you know, I never have had to, because the body always responds. No need for that little boy to take antibiotics. No need for that little boy to take painkillers or sleeping tablets anymore. Just hot and cold and a grated potato poultice. Isn't that amazing? So simple. The mother said, "What will I do with his second course of antibiotics?" I said, "Well, I don't have any authority over your son's medication, but I can tell you what I would do." Now, I don't usually have to say anything else because that is quite obvious. But in 15 minutes, we got more results than he'd had for the time. I'm not against antibiotics. They have saved lives and they will continue. But you know, most people should go through their life never having them. Remember, this is just life-saving that they should be used for.
A natural and simple way to reduce foot swelling is by using Epsom salt combined with leg elevation. Dissolve about 1 cup of Epsom salt into a basin of warm water, then soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. Thanks to its magnesium content, Epsom salt not only helps reduce swelling, but also soothes discomfort. After soaking, elevate your legs by propping them up with a pillow or cushion to improve circulation and reduce fluid retention. The combination of foot soaking and leg elevation can produce noticeable results. Additionally, remember to drink enough water throughout the day to stay hydrated and help eliminate excess fluids. Thank you for watching. I hope this information is helpful in understanding and managing swollen legs or feet. Keep in mind that occasional mild swelling may not be a cause for concern, but if symptoms persist or become severe, you should consult a doctor. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more health tips. Feel free to share your thoughts or questions in the comments section, as I'd love to hear from you. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.